nothing against the vegan or plant-based community. Many people out, I have nothing against the vegan or plant-based community. This video is not about tearing that style of eating down. And I know there'll be people in the comment section, oh my God, he's making fun of vegans. Vegan is the right way to, it has nothing to do with the meme. It's about saving the animals. This is a catastrophe. And here's the deal. I don't give a fuck how you eat. If you want to eat vegan, eat vegan. If you're plant-based, be plant-based. If you're keto, do keto. If you're Weight Watchers, do Weight Watchers. If you count calories, again, I don't give a fuck. Do what works for you. My issue is with deceiving people deliberately. Now, there are many issues with this meme, and we're going to discuss each of them. But the first thing I really want you to pay attention to is how they use 100 calories of broccoli versus 100 calories of steak. Because 100 calories of broccoli is roughly the size of my fucking face, whereas 100 calories of beef can fit in my palm. And it's important to realize this because many people out there will use certain numbers to try and sound science-based, but they're really fudging it based on the idea that you will not do further research. Don't trust anybody, including myself. If you go on Google right now, or we use MyFitnessPal, we'll show you. You will see that 100 calories of broccoli does not have the same amount of protein that they wrote, nor does 100 calories of beef have the same amount of protein that they wrote. And we're going to show you exactly what that looks like, but go do your own research. So if you decide that you want to eat this much broccoli to get your protein in, by all means go for it. Odds are your farts are going to smell worse than Haggard's asshole, but that's up to your prerogative. If you decide that's what you want to do, by all means go for it. So to put this myth to bed, not only does 100 calories of broccoli not have more protein than 100 calories of beef, but 100 calories of broccoli, that's just a fuck ton of broccoli.
What's the word, y'all? It's Double R, the God tapping in with y'all. So look, I wanted to make a video basically in response to what dude is talking about as far as the amount of protein in broccoli versus the amount of protein in steak. Now, he said that he feel like he's being deceived by the vegan community because the amount of broccoli you need to consume to obtain the same amount of protein you do as you would eat that small amount of steak. Now, I just want to start off saying this. The whole thing about protein in the vegan community has nothing to do with portions of protein. That picture is specifically created to show people that there's actually protein in broccoli and that there's actually protein in other fruits and vegetables, which is the deception that's going on from the other end, from the meat industry. People in the meat industry are basically promoting the idea that there's no protein in fruits and vegetables, or not necessarily that, but that you have to gain majority of your protein from meat. Now, my whole thing is this. Every animal that you eat, if you eat meat, gets their protein from a plant. All protein is initially created from plants. So the cow eats the grass and the cow gets its protein from the grass, right? So another thing too is you never hear anybody having a protein deficiency ever. Like, do you know anybody that has had to go to the hospital because they were lacking on protein? No, because if you're lacking on protein, you are damn near about to die. If you look up on Google right now, protein deficiency symptoms, you're going to see shit that's damn near close to death. Like, if you're not getting enough protein in your diet to that extent, you are about to die. So, but if you look up protein overdose, what you're going to see is shit like diarrhea, constipation, stinking ass breath, and a bunch of other shit that you see on a daily basis, kidney damage and all type of shit. This is the stuff that you see on a daily basis, not necessarily the people that you be around, but just in the community period. These are a lot of symptoms that a lot of people get often. So I just wanted to make a response to this because at the end of the day, whether the steak has more protein than the broccoli, the steak is getting its protein from the broccoli. So a lot of people don't understand exactly what protein is. And I'm just giving you a brief understanding. I have a video on YouTube. You can go watch it. It's called Why You Don't Need Protein. And basically, protein is not like a vitamin or a mineral. A vitamin or a mineral has to be obtained through another source, whether it be a plant or animal. But the animals get their vitamins and minerals from the plant. But a protein is not like a vitamin or a mineral. A vitamin or a mineral you have to obtain from a plant, right? A protein is a specific geared function in your body, right? So when cells or when atoms start combining on top of each other and getting bigger and bigger, first they start off as amino acids, then they turn into proteins. So amino acid is a smaller version of a protein. So once you eat your vitamins and minerals and you get all your other nutrients, your body will create its own protein. And this is why I say you don't need protein. Your body creates its own protein. So for example, you know, they say you got skin protein, you got nail protein, you got hair protein, you got all these different types of proteins because your body is creating them. Now, to make more sense of this, you don't have the same hair protein as a cow. You get what I'm saying? So the protein that you're getting from the cow isn't going to replace the protein in your hair. Do you get what I'm saying? Your body has to create it in a way for you. And this is why eating meat is bad, because you have to go through a secondary process. So the cow eats the food, builds its own protein, then you eat the protein from the cow, and your body now has to break down that protein back down into amino acids, which is base form, and then rebuild it back into a protein that your body can use. So a lot of the misunderstanding when it comes to protein is people don't even know what the fuck protein is to begin with. So I just wanted to make a video on this in response to that, because a lot of people will see that video and they get discouraged, like, damn, well, I'm not getting the amount of protein that I need. No, you're getting the amount of protein that you need as long as you have a balanced diet and you eating fruits and vegetables. The less you eat, the better anyway. So, oh, and one more last thing. Nobody's going to eat that much fucking broccoli in one setting, bro, period. There's other ways that you can get a balanced amount of protein in one meal without having to eat all that fucking broccoli. I just seen a picture on Instagram that was saying like how much protein was in this amount of food, and it was like a piece of toast. I'm gonna show a picture. It was like a piece of toast with some avocado spread on there with some dates, some peppers, and just that on the toast. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, so many different ways that you can get it. But don't forget that the cow gets its protein from plants. The cow gets its protein from plants, period. But that's all I wanted to talk about. Peace.